Welcome back to week 16 of the Survive This series, presented by The Podcast. We're going to get it.
I thought you were going to drop an actual, presenting sponsor. I was excited.
Ooh, maybe one day. We're going to jump into a week 15 recap. We're going to talk about the lone loser that lost but did not get eliminated. I think she is now down to one life, like everyone else in the pool. 12 total survivors. And then we're going to get into some quick hitters and who we're picking, who we're staying away from, and who we're on the fence with. We should say who you guys should be picking, who you should be staying away from, and who you guys should be on the fence with. But you 12 survivors are the ones that are still in it, and you're looking at us three bums, well, mostly Matt and I. Got eliminated a long time ago, and Trevor is just 1 week out, so let's jump into it. Kansas City Chiefs drop a close game, and good old Patrick Mahomes tears his ACL, which is unfortunate, even though we have been ragging on the Chiefs the last year and a half, if not longer. So what happened there, Matt?
I mean, it was just the way that the Chiefs have played all season, just underperforming. No skilled players on that team can do anything. No running backs, no wide receivers. Travis Kelce, dude, just retire. You're going to marry a billionaire soon. You'll be okay. Just a bad game overall. Even with Justin Herbert, who had surgery on his wrist, his left wrist, granted, not his throwing wrist, just last week, and he still played in the game, and they couldn't even muster up the 16 points that they needed to tie it up. Just a bad game overall. The Patrick Mahomes tearing his ACL and LCL apparently. Just a real cherry on top of the shit Sunday that has been the Chiefs season.
I didn't hear that. I just thought it was an ACL with limited other knee damage. So I think he'll be fine. 9 months from now will be September, so I think he'll be ready to rock by next season. Are they going to go into a rebuilding phase? Because they're an old team. What do you think, real quick?
They've got a pretty severe cap hit. Their cap is pretty high. They really can't afford to dive down into a decent rebuild. Honestly, they got to just stay the course.
Gotcha.
They might have to move on from a couple guys here and there, but this is the first time in 11 years the Chiefs have not made the playoffs. It's okay to miss one. Even the Pats did.
Saw that. Trevor, are you happy about this? Who are you going to be cheering from on that side now that good old Patrick Mahomes isn't in it?
I will say I'm not happy that Mahomes got hurt. I'm not hoping for any injuries there. But, yes, I am excited that the AFC is wide open.
Love it.
It's going to be new. It's going to be exciting. I can cheer for everyone.
We're going to want to pay attention to the actual game and not just a halftime show this year. The Bills come back from 3 touchdowns and keep the AFC East division race interesting with the Patriots. What the heck happened there, Matt? I saw that score and I'm like, oh, Patriots are going to walk away with this one, and then Bills win.
I took them out of the 4 box because I just thought the Patriots were going to absolutely whoop them. So I took them out and I put somebody else in because I wasn't convinced. But James Cook, who has been my fantasy MVP on both of my teams this year, scored 3 touchdowns. Josh Allen threw 3 touchdowns, and they got their revenge early on in the season. Pats Sunday night went into the Bills stadium, beat them just heads up. And now the Bills went on the road to beat the Pats, ending their 10-game win streak. I don't know, man. Everybody's been chalking up the Pats to win the AFC East. Maybe the Bills have a chance here.
Maybe. Hey, Trev, what do you think? Stafford or Drake May for MVP? Who you picking?
Ooh, that's a tough one.
Is Drake May still throwing 72% completion, or has that dropped a little bit?
This was not a good game for him against the Bills. It's definitely taken at least a little bit of a hit.
Yeah.
I think he barely cracked 150 yards and threw a pick and no touchdowns or anything like that. He ran for a couple touchdowns, I know, but this was not a good showing for him.
Yeah. With that said, though, Stafford also had his bad game, 2 weeks ago with the 4 picks or 4 turnovers.
Yeah, he did.
True.
Yep. So they're probably pretty even. Yeah.
True. Best win of the season for the Broncos as they cruise to victory over the Packers. Bo Nix was electric. What happened there?
He actually played the way that Sean Payton and the rest of the Broncos team and fans said that Bo Nix can play. He threw 302 yards, had 4 touchdowns, and the Packers just couldn't keep up. This is not how the Broncos have played the entire season. They have not been a team that's putting up big yardage, a bunch of touchdowns, anything like that.
They heard you talking.
Maybe Sean Payton's listening to the podcast. If he is, he can go fuck himself. First and foremost, he can eat a big bag of dog shit because Sean Payton sucks. But this is also, like, I think kind of a warning sign for the Broncos and the Packers of, like, what are you guys doing? There's no consistency in either of your games. And now the Packers really, really relied on Christian Watson. He had a chest injury, which they said his lungs were good, which that was apparently the very concerning part of his injury during that game.
Yep.
So he might be back next week. Who knows? They have a really big game against the Bears this week, but they also lost Micah Parsons to an ACL tear. So I don't know. I don't know if I have really put more faith into either of these teams after this, just because the way that they've played, they've been up and down, up and down, up and down.
Yeah, you don't want to see anyone get hurt, but man, going down with a non-contact ACL tear, that sucks. Patrick Mahomes, he got tripped up and turned up a little bit, but still, you don't want to see anyone hurt. Micah Parsons was a game changer for the Packers there. Let's jump into some quick hitters before we get into the most picked teams and what happened last week. Stafford and the Rams hold off the high-flying Lions at home to keep pace in the NFC West Division race. What's going on there in that race?
I mean, it was a big game for both of these teams. The Lions really needed it for playoff contention. The Rams really needed it for the NFC West divisional race. Unfortunately, it looks like the Lions are going to find themselves on the outside looking in, but the Lions just have too many injuries on defense. The Rams just carved them up. I think they had 3 rushing touchdowns between Corum and Kyron Williams. Stafford played okay. It wasn't his best game in the world, but Devontae Adams ended up leaving that game with an injury. Puka Nacua, who gets hurt every single game, left a couple different times, but still had like 9 catches for 140 yards. The Rams offense, man, it's hard to keep up with them. But watching them drop a lot of points to Amon-Ra St. Brown and Jamison Williams is a little concerning. Maybe some teams could throw on them.
Trev, did you watch any games besides the Vikings? I know you came over a little late to the parents' house.
I watched bits here and there, but no, I didn't catch any full games. The only one really was the Packers-Broncos. Is probably the most I saw. Gotcha.
Seahawks need 6 field goals. You heard me right. 6 field goals from Jason Myers to hold off the old man Colts and Phillip Rivers. Tell me about Phillip and tell me about Seattle. What's going on there?
It is insane to watch Phillip Rivers start an NFL game in this day and age. He cannot move laterally.
No.
Like he cannot move side to side.
But he never could.
No, look, I know. He's never been like any kind of like a mobile lateral threat. He has never been anyone that's like, oh, watch out, that guy runs like a 4.5. That dude runs a 6.7 at his peak, and now he can barely move in the pocket, and his all-arm wrist throw, which is, again, kind of what he's been known for his entire career.
It's an iconic throw.
Is so bad now, I don't think he could complete a pass past 20 yards, but still, he was competent, and he kept the Colts in that game, man.
Yeah.
When I say they needed all 6 of those Jason Myers field goals, they literally needed it. But I want to focus a little bit less on the Colts play, because it seems like the Colts are going to be out of the playoffs. I'm guessing you guys didn't catch that game, but
Before you jump into what the Seahawks did you know Phillip Rivers was the most betted on prop bet to past 1 touchdown, and it hit. So to all of those who bet on that, congrats.
God bless. I wish it was me. So I don't mean ill will towards Sam Darnold. I really, really mean this. And it's not like an I told you so. But, man, since that Vikings game, I'm starting to get some deja vu with him with the end of last year for when he played for the Vikings. He's not making good decisions. He's rushing throws. He's not going through his progressions very well. They have no run game, so they really, really rely on him. but he's just missing bad throws. He is just not looking very good. They're winning some of these games, right? Like, they're winning some of these games just fine, so really nobody really cares. And that was the same way it was last year. It's a massive Thursday night game for them against the Rams this week. Absolutely massive. If he lays an egg in prime time, I guarantee you every Vikings fan is going to be like, oh, yeah, I've seen this one before.
Was it around this time where he started doing this same thing? Was it this? I know it was. Yeah. I know it was the last game for sure, but it was around this time.
It was the last 4 weeks,
Dang.
5 weeks of the season where things just a little bit here, a little bit there. Like, oh wow, he really missed on that throw. That's weird. He hasn't done that all year. It's like when the pressure ramps up a little bit on him, it gets too much.
And then the last game was just an explosion.
Oh, the last game was between the playoff game and the Detroit Lions game, an absolute shit in pants moment for Sam Darnold.
The Bucs and the Panthers dropped games to divisional opponents, setting up a crucial games in Week 16 and Week 18. Tell me about that.
So somehow the Bucs lost to the Falcons when the Falcons had 19 penalties in their game. It's either 18 or 19 penalties. They had Kirk Cousins as their quarterback, and they just sucked. The Bucs are cooked. This is about it. The Panthers, who unfortunately the one person picks that got it wrong this week, I feel bad for them. Sorry about that. Ended up losing the game to the New Orleans Saints, who I have been crapping on the entire year, but maybe Tyler Shuck has something here. What's crucial about this is this week and the last week of the season, the Bucs and Panthers play. Whoever wins those games is going to the playoffs. Godspeed to both of them.
Let's check in on our boy Brady Cook. What happened with him this week? Just real quick. Any updates?
It wasn't good, dude. They got smoked by the Jaguars.
Okay.
Trevor Lawrence had 6 touchdowns. I know that's not Brady Cook's fault, but he stinks. But Tyrod stinks, and apparently Justin Fields is just not going to play for the rest of the year. They just completely shut him down, which is just asinine. But whatever. You're going to trot out some creative player every week. Fine, go for it.
Creative player. Oh, I like that. Let's jump into what happened last week with our teams and stats. We have 12 entries still surviving. 1 entry was eliminated. Oh, maybe an entry was eliminated with that Panthers pick. I thought it was they were just losing their life, but I guess not.
Nope.
Sorry to that individual who lost.
The person who has 2 lives still has 2 lives.
Dang. Okay. 4 people picked the Jags. 11 people picked the Eagles. 2 people picked the Bears. 2 people picked the 49ers. Panthers lost. That was eliminating 1 person. And the Rams had 1 individual pick them. So, hey, good luck to the 12 that are still remaining. Alrighty, this week's slate of games starting tonight, Rams, Seahawks, Thursday night football, and then we're jumping into some Saturday games. You heard me correctly there. We're going with the Eagles and Commanders on the 20th. We're going with the Packers and the Bears also on Saturday. And then Sunday games, Chargers, Cowboys, Vikings, Giants, Bengals, Dolphins, Buccaneers, Panthers, Jets, Saints, Bills, Browns, Chiefs, Titans, Jags, Broncos, Falcons, Cardinals, Raiders, Texans, and then we're going with the Steelers and Lions, Patriots, Ravens on Sunday night football, and then Monday night, December 22nd, the week of Christmas. Happy Merry Christmas to both of you fellas. 49ers and the Colts. First, I want to start with this before we get into who we're picking, who we're staying away from, and who we're on the fence with. Saturday games. Are you for or against Saturday games?
Trevor, you want to take this one, or do you want to just go ahead and clear the paint for me?
I mean,
ooh,
you go ahead if you sound like you want to go on a rant here.
I was going to say, just set a high pick and roll.
It's only 1 week.
I think it's just idiotic how in the last 5, 6, 7 years, they have really leaned into this. We're not only just going to play Sunday, Monday. We're going to invest fully in Thursday. And then we're also going to invest in Black Friday. And then we're also going to invest in Saturdays when it's not a bunch of college games going on, even though there are some college games going on.
Yeah, bowl season.
Or even last year they played games on Wednesdays because of the Christmas Day stuff. This is just so idiotic. And I think as a player, wouldn't you be so mad when you have to play all of these random, like, crazy games? Or Fridays. They play the Brazil games on Fridays. It's just so silly, and the travel is just too much. And I realize that the NFL just wants to dominate the landscape of everything at all times. But you know what? No one's catching you. I don't think anybody gives a shit about the NHL and NBA like they give a shit about the NFL. No one's going to catch you for the ratings. You're going to be okay. You don't have to dominate Saturday afternoons or Friday mornings or Tuesday at midnight. Whatever they want to have it. Who cares? They don't care. As long as they print a couple more dollars, what does it matter? It's just stupid. It's just so dumb.
So with that being said, Matt, who are you staying away from this week?
I'm staying away from the Eagles and the Commanders, and I would say Eagles over Commanders, I think, would be one that a lot of people pick if they still have the Eagles. And it's not because it's a Saturday game, mind you. Not that at all, necessarily. But I think you got to stay away from this Eagles team, and I think you got to stay away from this Eagles team if you're going to put any money on playoffs. I understand they just beat the Raiders 31-0, but don't stretch yourself out. Don't do this to yourself. They're such a hot and cold team. They're just like the Chiefs, where you have no idea what you're actually going to get from them. The Commanders might come out, score 40 on them. Just be careful out there. We don't need a Marcus Mariota threw for 350 yards on the Eagles and knocked you out of this. You've made it this far. Be smart.
Smart. Trevor?
I don't know if anyone would pick this anymore because of the inconsistencies, but don't go with the Bucks or the Panthers here. We just talked about
stay away from both. Stay away from both.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was going with the Buccaneers and the Panthers as well, with a little bit of what Matt said and what has been going on with them. Who are you on the fence with, Matt?
Is it okay to like the Saints a little bit?
Yeah, it's okay, especially when they're playing our boy Brady Cook.
It doesn't make me a pervert to think Tyler Shuck might actually have something, right?
No.
The Jets are a complete disaster, and they're really just bottoming out. I think they're going to get that Indiana kid, Mendoza, who won the Heisman, which maybe on a side note, we can talk about this being probably the worst Heisman class I've seen in a very long time. Your boy Diego Pavia was quite upset that he didn't win, which I don't know why he would have. But anyways, back to real football, not that fake kid football. The Saints have kind of showed me something in the back half of the season of they've got some friskiness, they've got some fun, their skill players are not a complete disaster. Maybe this is going to work out for them. I don't know. They've really got nothing to lose. They really don't need to bottom out. This is not the year for them to bottom out if they want to look at a quarterback. It's definitely next year. And the Jets are doing everything they possibly can to get the number one pick.
True. Trevor?
So I stand by that pick as well, or at least I wrote it down. However, I would like to throw out there the warning that the Jets still have to screw up their ability to have a good pick because it's just the Jets. So they might accidentally win this game. Just to be cursed for longer.
That's why it's an on-the-fence pick.
Yep. So, yeah, it's in my on the fence. The other one that's on the fence, and I know Matt's going to disagree with this, Vikings and Giants. I can't trust them yet. Vikings should win it, but I don't know.
I was thinking that, but I scrolled down a little bit more, and that Chiefs-Titans game is really popping out at me. The Chiefs are an absolute disaster. They're old. Patrick Mahomes just went down. You're right. Their skilled position players can't really do anything. Are the Titans going to get their third win of the year? I don't know. People probably have held on to the Chiefs this long because they thought they might be good, but now that they've been tanking or not playing well, maybe people are going away from that. So it might be a team that they have to take here, because I know they're probably not going to take the Titans, but I'd be on the fence with that one. I would stay away from that game.
Taylor, are you zagging and saying maybe pick the Titans? It sounds like you're kind of pushing people that way.
Yeah, I've pushed them that way a couple times during this 16 weeks, and it would be fun. I'm not against it. This is the time to do it. It's really, really, really risky, but it's the time to do it. Who are you going with, Matt?
That's why it is an on-the-fence pick, people. He said Titans. He said Chiefs. You don't have to do it. Don't have to do it.
Matt, who are you going with?
I'm going with the Vikings because I love my boys. I love my men. I love J.J. McCarthy now. I think he's probably the best quarterback in the NFC North, or at least Chris Collinsworth will tell you he is, despite having the worst throwing mechanics I have ever seen.
This is the greatest Minnesota take I've ever heard.
You know, it's so funny. So Sam and I were watching the Dallas game, and they keep showing the replays of McCarthy's release, and I think at one point they compare him to Josh Allen, which made me put my head in my hands and say, please, God, don't do this. Don't do this. Please don't compare him to Josh Allen. And Sam is like, he's not throwing very well, right? Like, that's not the way that you should throw it. I'm like, nope. And she's like, why? But why are they praising him? Oh, I don't know, because they're trying to be really nice to a guy who's had just a hell of a year. The way J.J. McCarthy throws is so bad, and it might be broken beyond repair, because in the clip that they showed with him against Josh Allen, that's not the way Josh Allen was throwing, and I just want that to be very clear to all the people. Anyways, I'm still going to pick the Vikings because the Giants stink. There's two New York teams that are absolute butt. Did you know that throughout the season, Jackson Dart has been evaluated for 5 concussions in 10 games?
Dang. That's like Tua level.
He's probably not going to finish this game, and then they're going to turn to Jameis. Bring it on.
I love it. Trevor?
So if I was still alive, my original selection was Kansas City over the Titans, but obviously with Mahomes hurt, I wasn't going to keep that. The other one I would have had available if I was still in was Bills over the Browns.
Yeah.
And I think that's where I would.
If you're still in and you have the Bills, you pretty much have to pick the Bills. Bengals, Dolphins, Bengals. I don't know. I couldn't tell you. Why are people listening to me? Because I'm here and I'm getting my ass kicked anyway, so it really doesn't matter. Texans, Raiders. I'm going to go Texans, Raiders. If you have the Texans this far, pick them. Raiders suck.
Yes, I think the Texans is actually probably the best pick, but
yeah, no doubt about it.
Yep. My mention was based on who I would have had available. But yeah, Texans, if you have them available, that's the pick.
There you go. Another week. Hey, guys, these are going to get shorter and shorter because there's going to be less and less people that we have to rag on or talk about. But thanks for hopping on again. We do appreciate it. Like, comment, share, subscribe. 1 week out from Christmas. We're going to have to figure out plans to see if we can get a quick one in next week when we watch these Saturday games and all that other jazz before holiday festivities start. So thank you. Share, like, comment, do all that fun stuff. I know I say it a million times. We really do appreciate it. Rate the podcast. That actually helps us out even more. And we will be back next week. Peace.